Metrics are as simple as a list of elements. In GitHub Action, assume that you have a workflow. Under the workflow, you have a single job. If you want to execute this job on top of Ubuntu OS, on top of Linux OS, on top of Mac OS, you may have to copy paste this same job with the proper desired runners. If you use the matrix, you will create a matrix with a deployment strategy so that it would be like a list of OSs. That list of OSs would be injecting it into the job so that it will iterate through that list and it will get executed. The workflows will be asynchronous in nature too. Let's consider one example so that we all will be on same page. Without wasting much time, let's move on to the workshop, and this is Melvin Satishan. Let us open our workflow repository practice, and we will open it in the VS Code. We have to create a new workflow called metrics workflow.yaml, and we will define the name as metrics testing, then description, write a workflow to execute a job on multiple OS platforms. Okay, this is what our expectation, and on is going to be push, because whenever we would be pushing the data, it should execute, right? Next we are going to define the jobs. Here we will do test deployment strategy. Okay, now we have certain things strategy that we are going to define here. Matrix. So this is our list basically. In this we can define a runner. So I'm going to define the runner like a Ubuntu latest. Then next we will say Mac OS latest, comma, or let us look at the documentation here. So supporting runners are here. We have Ubuntu latest, Ubuntu 24.04, 22.04. So let's do this way. I'm copying all this and let's paste it there. Let's make it as a clean and neat string to avoid any emulation issues. Perfect. So let's cut it and paste it here. We have Ubuntu latest, Ubuntu 22.04 and Ubuntu 24.04. Perfect. So we have the necessary runners. Now it's time to call that runner, right? In this case, we will do runs hyphen on as our runner entry. We will declare it as a variable, and as always when we declare the variable, we should declare it in the Go template. That's going to be matrix dot runner, because the strategy is here, so matrix is here, so matrix dot runner. I'm gonna take it so that it will iterate over this loop. Okay, Remaining things will be as it is hyphen name checkout is going to be users checkout actions slash checkout at the rate v4. We have to define actions slash checkout at the rate v4. Then our favorite functions that can be hyphen name. I'll copy it from the previous Python workflow as it is. So this Python workflow is going to be executed on top of all this Ubuntu. Okay, that's what's gonna happen in short. Now let us save it and see how it is getting executed. Cool. So it has been committed. Now let's go to the action and see the update here. If you look at it, we have three runners: Ubuntu 1, 2, and Ubuntu latest 24.04, 22.04. If we examine it, here the build is in progress, it is getting executed. If we examine here also build is in progress and getting it executed, and here also it is getting executed. So if you notice that we have here it got executed because currently in this single workflow we already the first action built the container. Then how about the second action? Built the container and executed it. Third action, it's also built the container and executed. Now let's go back to the first workflow. Here the setup job and operating system Ubuntu 24.04. Here what is that runner metadata 24.04. Here 22.04, which means the latest version of Ubuntu is 24.04, and we have used the latest version 24.04 and 22.04. Suppose if you might have been done this, you could have done in another way, which is you should comment it out. This same workflow you might be copying and pasting it like 3 times. And deployment strategy -01. Here you will use Ubuntu latest rather than this, and Ubuntu 22.04 you will use it here. Okay, and if you submit it, same thing will happen. And I should make sure that our other workflow, Python workflow, is not gonna get executed, because let's comment it out this, else unnecessarily 2 workflows will be getting executed, because this is also based on the commit, right? Now we will go back to the actions, and if we look at here the update, we have to deployment strategy 1 and deployment strategy 2. So what is happening here is the length of the code is increasing. It is 43 lines, but if we use that first method, then our code will be just 24 lines. Assume that you may have rel 6, rel 7, rel 8 and rel 9, rel 10, and you are going to do a patching workflow. So in that case, similarly, you can pass this arguments to here as well, right? Let's do that exercise as well. Here I'm going to define strategy matrix, and I will say name. Here I'm going to say alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and Charlie. Okay, so we have this many names. Let's cut this to make it short and sweet. And we would be getting executed these parameters in this Ubuntu latest, right? So if you need to pass this variable, right, how do you do that? We will come here in the name. We will declare this curly braces with a Go template, and here we are going to define matrix dot name. Now let's save it. We will see how it behaves. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and Charlie. This way it works. Got my point? Now, one more thing. We can define n number of variables. Now, let us look at the next condition here. I'm going to give age is going to be 10, then 15, and 25. We will apply a condition. If the age is less than 18, the step should not be executed. So if and matrix age is 18. If matrix age is greater than 18, then only this step should be getting executed, else it should skip. That's a condition, right? So we will paste it here with the if condition. Well, we have everything in place. Let us see how does it behaves. It will iterate. First it will iterate over here, then it will iterate over here, which means it will alpha. First it will get alpha executed on top of alpha, then alpha 10, alpha 15, alpha 25, like that. So that way it takes the conditionals. It's going to be a two-dimensional array kind of scenario. So total here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is supposed to be it was supposed to execute 5 jobs, but each jobs will have alpha will execute 3 times with 10, 15, 25. So total we are expecting around 15 jobs. So here 5 here 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15. Let's look at the logs. Here is the update. If you look at it, alpha, second alpha, third alpha, right? Now let's see, it skipped because we have defined the condition, right? This is alpha 15. Alpha 15 is less than 18 year. It is less than 18 years old. and 10 also less than 18, so it skipped that too. So here it is 25, which is greater than 18, so that it printed. Alpha 10, it is skipped. Similarly, we have beta 10, and it is skipped. Beta 15, it is skipped. Beta 25, it is worked. So overall, if you look at alpha 3, beta 3, gamma 3, delta 3, and charlie 3, so total 15 jobs executed within this workflow. So all what we did here, we have used only 27 lines of code. That's it. If you do so, you have to execute it. You have to copy paste and create a number of jobs. Okay, and remember that this is getting executed synchronously, not sorry, asynchronously. All right, I hope this video is useful for you, and try to apply this so that you can trim down or shrink your code, and it would be looking nice as well, right? So thank you for your time, and wishing you a great rest of the day. Bye bye.